the impact of Trump's victory on financial market and economy. Studies was held during the election and especially before and after the debate shows that the stock would have been more precious under President Clinton than President Trump. Later on, studies state that the new president administration started to pull apart the Dodd-Frank Act, which will speed up the current cycle of financial instability and lead to more financial pain. Papers also mention that decrease in financial market performance can impact the economic growth negatively, which was proven later that President Donald Trump's economic policy appears to be probably not going to convey 4% of economic growth.
Interconnected financial markets of Malaysia and USA. In the banking sector, Malaysia has several large multinational USA-based companies such as JP Morgan, Citibank, and Goldman Sachs. Likewise, Malaysian banks such as Maybank, CIMB Securities have presence in USA market. According to Bank Negara, speculative activities of MER-USD have heightened the volatility in the onshore currency market. High volatility in the currency market can trigger significant impact to trade and foreign investments. Furthermore, payment system operators based in USA such as MasterCard, Visa, and American Express has large quantity in local transactions. Impact of Trump's victory on Malaysian financial markets and the economy. Malaysia being one of the emerging markets in the world, it was tremendously affected by President Trump's victory. The Malaysian ringgit had a significant effect after Donald Trump's presidency. On the day of the announcement, the Malaysian ringgit to US dollar had depreciated from 4.19 to 4.34. The day after President Donald Trump's win, KLCI had begun declining bearishly from 1562.74 and hits its lowest of 1616.14 on the 14th of November 2016. Furthermore, withdrawal from the TPPA will impact Malaysian economy and financial markets adversely.
Trump's victory has taken a great toll on Malaysia and has affected in both good ways and bad ways. This shows that the ties with the US are very strong and its actions affect Malaysia's economy and its capital market, from exchange rates, trade, financial service, and even banking. Hence, this forward slides are the disadvantages of Trump's victory. Malaysia has an outstanding performance on its currency in 2015 until recently it dropped when Trump became president. A depreciating currency has a negative impact on the stock market. This victory led to a fall in the Bursa Malaysia market due to the depreciation. Empirical evidence states that stocks return are significantly lower when a country experiences devaluations, and when investors know that the stock's returns will decrease, the incentive to keep the stock decreases. This will cause disruption and undermine the market. As illustrated in the chart, foreigners hold almost 50% of Malaysia's government bonds, an exceptionally high level compared with other emerging markets in the region, placing the currency in a precious position. One of the main reasons Malaysia benefited from joining the Free Trade Arrangement (TPP) was the increase in foreign direct investment. As this eliminates trade barriers, foreign investors are attracted to the market. However, Trump announced that he will abolish the TPP arrangement, as he stated it's a disaster for US economy. This abolishment will introduce trade protectionism and drive away foreigners from Malaysia's stock markets, especially the oil and gas industry. This will cause a downfall in investment and stocks in the Malaysian capital market. As quoted by Gabriel Wharton, Estefani, and Tsai in 2017, FDI net flow increases the amount of funds available in the capital market and vice versa. As the stock faces challenges, this will reduce investment because foreigners will tend to invest in a market portfolio that will gain the high returns, and a negative affected capital portfolio will do the opposite. This will drive away investors, both domestic and foreign, which will create a capital crisis if they don't see a well-furnished capital market. The stock prices drop can be caused due to uncertainty such as the promise to leave TPP, and this hence makes investors skeptical and skittish about the stock market. Foreigners will not be attracted to invest in the host country, and hence this will decrease trade volume and directly affect Malaysian GDP. Foreign companies, especially US-based companies, are around 600 in Malaysia, hence a very strong foreign presence in the stock market. Stock market play a huge and important role in attracting FDI in the country.
Benefits of Trump's presidency. The first advantage is the self-sufficiency of capital market. This talks about Malaysians. They usually import goods from US and they use US dollars. Therefore, the decision that Trump made to restrict US trade, this wake up most of the Malaysians because they realize that Malaysian bonds and shares will now be amongst the local themselves. This, as a result, increased competitiveness amongst investors in the market. This is a short-term effect. But in the long term, Well, the Malaysian capital market become more self-sufficient. For instance, when new companies become public and they will want to issue initial public offerings for the first time, with a more stable Malaysian economy and confident investors, they have the certainty that their shares will definitely be bought. Well, what about the second benefit? It talks about the Malaysian ringgit depreciating against US dollars. When this happens, the cost of borrowings of the Malaysian capital market will be cheaper. Well, a source explains that when US dollars goes from 5 to 1, almost everything in Malaysia go up by 20%. In the long run, what will happen is that the debt prices will increase, raising the value of Malaysia's capital. As a result, Malaysia's government they have to tighten the enforcement of the existing regulation because most Malaysians they grade the current financial market as 76% regulated and safe for trading, which means that it hasn't reached 100% yet. With the benefit, as a result, Trump as a result has helped Malaysian capital market to become much more regulated and safe for the investors.